This morning, I had one of the most lucid dreams that I've ever had in my life. And I've had lucid dreams since I was very, very young, like continuously. But last night, technically this morning, I became lucid, but the quality of the lucidity came with a recognition that it was a separate reality. I was skiing, and there was a voice of a guide whenever my mind would get stuck in narrator mode, where it's talking about the experience instead of just being present in the experience. It would, like, the voice would clear her throat. She was like, I'm like, oh, sorry, not present, I'm back. And it was fascinating because I just like looked up and I just connected with the trees that were there. I'm realizing the disconnect between skiing and the trees that I saw, but all the same. Yeah, it was amazing. It was, I asked the guide, can I have this as my life? Like, I asked it as is that possible? And the response was an immediate and soft, after review, if that's what you want. So I wasn't sure, like, does the dream have a review when you leave it? And I just don't remember that. I assume probably it meant like the life review. Like, oh, you can reincarnate into this reality if that's what you choose. I don't know though. The feeling of it was so visceral, so real. It was like real. I had the awareness, a thought, like the brain of the body that I'm inhabiting now in that dream is a quantum computer just like this brain. And the consciousness, the soul of my consciousness was just attuned to that one. And it was really interesting because there was problems, challenges that I have in this experience still that I haven't resolved that were present there as well. And I was aware of that carryover. So that's great because it gives me more data, it gives me another perspective, it gives me an avenue to understand that and heal it in this lifetime. It was so lucid, so like real, that my eyes were fully open in that reality. And I'm like, I can probably stay here. Like, that was the feeling. Like, I was like, I don't really want to because of the way it was manifesting. Like, I mean, it was beautiful and fantastic, but I was aware that there was work I had to do, and skiing's not really something, you know, I'm not like aligned to that. I do scuba diving, so that's my jam. But yeah, it was just wild being there and having thoughts and seeing like a real reality and being like, I could probably stay here. Like, the feeling of that, it's hard to explain. It's like, that was legitimately another reality. Like, that's in line with my beliefs already. that that's what dreams are. And all thoughts, daydreams, imaginations, etc., etc. I've been consciously aware of my belief systems for a long time because I've been listening to Bashar since high school. But I'm finally at a point where a lot of them are coming into alignment with each other. Like there's not a lot of contradictory beliefs. A lot of healing took place, obviously, to get to that point. I came into an awareness, like almost a playful awareness about adapting beliefs to serve whatever goal I have in mind. And it's kind of like if you just look at your own life, you can. One moment. If you look at your own life, you can feel where you've held on to a belief that served its purpose, but then it changed. Like all beliefs around protecting your heart, protecting the inner child, that pushes things away. As you heal, you drop the beliefs that built those barriers. And I'm not like playing with the idea yet of introducing beliefs that are deliberately contradictory to other beliefs and just like rolling with it to see how it goes. But with an awareness that that's pretty much what all unconscious experience was based on, was having beliefs that were out of alignment. And I've got to this point without even being aware that that's what was happening, this point of healing, of awareness. So there's this palpable feeling of trust and peace and can-doedness, like an alignment to an awareness that I could hold whatever belief I want to if it serves me, and see how that affects the experience of the reality that I'm manifesting. Chaos magic is pretty much that perspective, that approach to experiencing life deliberately. I only recently came to know what that even was. I'd heard it before, but I didn't know anything about it. But it seems pretty well aligned to my belief systems. So that's cool. That'll be fun to experiment with once I get a little more deliberate healing done. Specifically, I am about to collide with someone. Hold on. Let me pause and maneuver around this 1 second. Crisis averted. I've struggled. It's been a challenge my entire life to manage my weight. Well, not my entire life. I think since 3rd grade. I'm not entirely sure, like, what specifically it doesn't matter. I don't need to dwell on the details. I'm just aware of the status of it. I hope this isn't too loud. Let's see here. So, okay. So I have done everything like the normal society, air quotes around that, tells you to like do. Like every diet, like keto works great, but then I get depressed and then it comes back like even bigger than before. My biggest weight was 430 pounds. I'm much less than that now, but still not quite like where I feel I would be most aligned, like my best. But all that aside, push off the wall there. All of the beliefs that other people have that they're in alignment with, like working out, like I can do that, like, and it works very, very well for short periods of time. Like I start to feel good, but the whole time, like I'm pretty much doing that chaos magic thing of like holding on to this belief, like, oh, this is the way I need to do it, and it works while it's a belief, but then I let go of it, and then it just comes back. And I let go of it because like things get annoying, or like I get unhappy in some form, and I just like give up on like the challenge of holding on to a belief that's not exactly in alignment with the rest of my belief system. And you know, you can see it in the world that people who are aligned to that, like it comes easily to them to just like work out and experience their weight loss journey that way. Like that, hey, that's great, more power to them, but for me that's not the way it's gonna work. I've done it. I've lost over 100 pounds several times in my life in all through different ways, but it's like at the end it's like this isn't fulfilling. So now with all the like teachings of Bashar and Abraham Hicks, like supporting like my core alignment, I'm experimenting with just like when I'm setting out to go have a meal, I'm going to come into alignment with the feeling experience that I want to have. A delicious, highly textured, large quantity meal. Something like satisfying and delicious and just enjoyable. And every time those voices pop up in my head, the negative voices, which have been there my whole life, like, oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't like eat that much. Oh, this is bad for you. You should probably not eat that. Getting rid of that. I am transforming that voice in those voices into supportive and appreciative voices. Deliberately, like I'm installing this belief system, this permission slip, because it's in alignment with the rest of my belief system to like focus on the things that you appreciate, and the rest just comes into alignment because you're pointed downstream. So everything comes into alignment. And I've had experiences in my life like where I'm at my happiest regardless of what I'm doing. The first time I lost 100 pounds was in high school, and I was eating a huge like ice cream milkshake full of candy and like garbage, quote unquote, delicious, beautiful treats that I enjoy. And I lost 100 pounds, and I was literally eating that every night. But I was walking a mile to work, which is where I got the ice cream, and then walking or jogging eventually home the mile. So there was a lot of exercise there. But the important thing is that I was eating what is typically considered like the worst of the worst. Like, and I was like having actual meals and, you know, eating 3 times a day, and I was having the ice cream. Like, I was not taking it easy on the calories, but it was just going away because I was in a really good moment, you know, as far as I could carve out from the circumstances that were still affecting me at the time. And yeah, it just went away. And then it comes back stronger, you know, when that situation changed, etc., etc. Doesn't matter, but yeah. So I'm playing with that belief. And I'm getting into a hobby which has exercise in it, much more than having a train run on me or something. But not that that has to stop. Should I cut that out? Whatever. It is what it is. And yeah. I derailed. Eating, belief systems. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, right. So there's people, tons of people, who eat like that, who eat like egregious amounts of whatever they want, and they're rail thin. And it's because they're in alignment with their belief system that, like, there's no guilt. There's no, like, negative talk during the meal. It's just like, oh, I love this. I'm having, like, the best time of my life, enjoying this wonderful flavor experience. So it's like, that's what their mindset is. And because they're not, like, pushing against part of themselves, that part of themselves, they're not, like, creating negativity there. They're not pushing against something that's going to reflect back and like, oh, well, that was the negative, you know, what you put out is what you get back. You're pushing against it, and it's going to push against you. It's going to weigh you down, literally. But they're not doing that. So that's the approach I'm going to take. Like, and I've been working my way into it. I can, like, it's still like constant, like not constant, but it's like continually like a little voice will be like, oh, you should probably stop eating now because you got the sniffles, so you know you're about to get full. Or, oh man, I am full, but there's like 4 more bites. You probably shouldn't eat them. Like, just throw it away. Like, no, I really want them though. So I'm like getting rid of those voices. I'm like, I'm just eating this shit. It's delicious. I love it. It's got great textures. I'm going for it. So we'll see. I'm gonna rock that for a while. I don't know if I'll ever update. Hopefully it'll just become apparent in the future. Well, hopefully it'll just become apparent in the future if it worked or not. But I am doing a new hobby, scuba diving, that is quite, you know, there's a lot of exercise in that. So, you know, it's not a variable controlled scientific study. But I suspect that once I get my belief system like locked in alignment towards food here, that's not something that I'm going to let go of. Like, I'm going to hold on to that belief system no matter what, I would imagine, because it's going to feel good. And there's no like struggle to hold on to it. Actually, the more that I talk about this, the more I realize that all dieting that you don't really want to do and you force yourself to do it anyway and then you get results, that's literally like chaos magic. Like, you believe that it's going to work, so it does. It's just a, you know, it's the permission slip. Like, oh, scientific mind is like being critical to me right now. It's like, oh yeah, but it actually is the calories in, calories out. Fuck that. That's not what it is. It's a belief system. In my slice of physical reality, in my experience, it's a belief system. So I'm gonna get mine into alignment and see what happens. Yeah, I guess we'll see in the long term. Who cares? I probably won't update about it because I'm not gonna. Once I like install the belief system, I don't really. It becomes background, which I think makes sense. I have no what time is it? I need to go park the boat. I only had 30 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm done. See you later. Bye. I thought I was done, but Spirit has more to say. When I was talking about that I used to weigh 430 pounds, I wanted to tell you like what the weight is now, but I was having turbulence around it, so I didn't let it come out. And I took a moment to reflect on why, and I wasn't consciously aware of it throughout my life while it continuously happened, but a few years ago I became aware that the beliefs that I had were causing this challenge, I guess, with the weight loss journeys that I was on. If I measured it and it was neutral, up, or just slightly down and I expected more, the act of measuring it caused a negative feeling and then it would plateau. So I stopped measuring it, so I stopped having that negative experience. That was awesome. Yeah. Along with that belief system that I'm installing for around food, I'm also changing another belief. When I'm not enjoying it thoroughly, like the things that I'm eating, I'm going to attempt to stop eating them. So far, I have not been successful. Well, that's not entirely true. I did get rid of a couple things very recently, but I'm working on it. And I'm using a little mantra. That's what I do for a lot of my belief systems to install them, is I boil it down. There's a word for it that starts with an S. I can't remember. Anyway, I boil it down to like a feeling mantra that captures what I'm trying to achieve. And it's just something that I tell myself over and over in those moments through the nurturing and supportive voices that I try to use constantly. And it's just simply not for me. And so if I'm not enjoying it, I just say not for me and I let it go. I'm trying to, and I've done it a couple times now, but it is, I'll watch myself finish something that I just am not enjoying. And I've done it even since trying to start this. And I'm aware of it, but it's been a very challenging belief to uninstall. When I was growing up, I had to eat everything on my plate, and I had to eat when it was dinner time. I had to eat when it was, when food was made. And I had to eat everything on the plate. And that's so hard to uninstall. But I have already, for a long time, gotten rid of, it's time to eat. And so I'm going to eat. I only eat when I'm hungry. And I have for years, because I'm on my own now, obviously. Anyway, yeah. So not for me. That's a little mantra. One of the additional things I'm adding. Like sometimes I'll get rice and it'll be really bland and I'm just not enjoying it, or like won't be cooked well, or it's like sat out too long, mushy, And there's a lot of negative energy that I just felt like from what I was saying. But to release that, when I do enjoy it, I'm going to finish it as long as I'm still enjoying it. Another wrinkle in like allowing this to be something that you might align with is, if I am really in alignment, really in tune, I will just naturally gravitate towards healthier foods, quote unquote healthier, like more fruits, and just like plain rice. I've been like just in the zone and only eating plain rice and like cashews for weeks. I've done water fasts several times and it's just like happened. It just arises from the alignment that I'm experiencing for a period of time. When I was in Cambodia a few weeks ago, I had a 4.5 day water fast that I was not planning. and it started like my food consumption just reduced. So that is the thing that happens to me, just naturally. A few times a year, I think, roughly, but maybe more and more as I become more and more in alignment with my belief systems. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I always lose my train of thought when I hear somebody else nearby, and I'm like checking to like make sure. Oh yeah, it's the same thing actually. Interesting. It's like that critical and it's the critical and the deceptive voices, the negative voices of your head that say, "Oh, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing." So I'm like, "Oh God, I'm sorry, I'm intruding on your space or whatever, whatever that means," and it throws me. It takes me out of the zone because it's introducing negativity. That's interesting. Interesting. So where was I? I was talking about, oh yeah, not for me. Sometimes I'm guided. Just as an example of like me just YOLOing it. There's a vegan gyoza place not far from where I was staying, and it's the best dumplings I've had in my life. The first day I ordered all 11, the set of 11. And then I ordered another set to go home, and I ate that as soon as I got home. And I did that 3 more times. And then I tried the fried version, which I didn't like as much as the steamed version, so I just stick with the steam. The last time I had, so I'm basically eating, 22 dumplings every time? But the time before this one, I had 24. And this time I just had 20. But I just had 20 dumplings. They're huge and they're delicious. But I'm just doing it. I don't care. Like, I'm not pushing against myself. I'm enjoying it. They are literally the best ones I've ever had. They are so flavorful. I love the like mushier texture of like a steamed dumpling over the crunch of a fried one. And they're a bunch of different flavors, and every single one of them are just like full of deliciousness, and they're pure vegan, so I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, I guess I should probably mention, like, diet-wise, I've been vegetarian for a very long time now. Sometimes it slips into being just like pure vegan, and historically it has fallen away when I've like moved out of alignment. Like, I eat more vibrationally dense foods, like meat. I've never really liked meat, but like in most forms, like give me a hot dog over steak anytime, for sure. Like crab over lobster, 100%. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't eat those anymore, and that's not something that's going to change. But there's like so much like junk. I have to correct that. There's so much societally labeled junk that I still eat because vegetarian or whatever. The negativity keeps like throwing me out of the flow state. Anyway. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to go for it, see what happens.